Hi guys, welcome back. It is Rachel again today. We're doing a tutorial on how to use shimmers in the crease. I feel that a lot of people online don't understand that shimmers can go in the crease very easily, and there are specific shimmers that work best for that. So I figured I'd do a little tutorial, so if you like the look and you want to see how I created it, then just keep on watching. Alright, so here is the look that I did on this eye, so we're going to recreate it here. I don't have any nails on and I just self-tanned, so I look kind of silly. It won't look this intense when, you know, it's washed off, but it's not yet because I self-tanned this morning, so that's why I look kind of like a fool. But first I'm going to prime my eyelids. I'm going to use my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I prefer the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, but you know, I'm trying to get some use out of this one because I don't want to throw it away. So this is the one I typically use in videos. So for shimmers in the crease for eyeshadow, I have all shimmers in the crease. I only used one matte shadow in the end to kind of like intensify the outer corner. But the Urban Decay Born to Run has a bunch of shimmers that I feel are shimmer in the crease worthy. So basically, because when you swatch them, they're not super glittery. They're pretty like satin. That's why they're good for shimmers in the crease. They're not overly glittery, so they don't, I don't know, they just work better that way. I love taking like a really glittery shadow and tapping it over my mattes, but that's different than just applying it in the crease with a brush. So I'm going to show you kind of how I do this. So I'm going to go in with my Refer number 15 blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Smog, which is that shade. And I'm just going to place that in the outer corner and start building it up a little bit. Again, these have, they don't have a bunch of like glitter in them, so they're really easy to blend into the crease. So they, to me, look very effortless and beautiful and like diffused. So then I start blending it out just like I would a matte. It's nothing different in that regard. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more building to get the depth, and a lot of times you may have to add a matte to get the depth you're looking for. But overall, you can use all shimmer shadows in the crease. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I'm going to go in with the Refer number 14 brush. Damn it! Alright, so my camera battery died. Shocker. So if I changed angles, that's why. But I'm going to go in with my Refer number 14 brush. It's just like a little baby blending brush. And then I'm going to go in with a mix of two shades. I'm going to go in with the mix of Double Life, which is this bronze down here, and Drift, which is like a gray tone. I'm mixing these two specifically because this color isn't super warm. It's very taupey, so it's kind of like a mid-tone between warm and cool. And I don't want this Double Life shade to pull too warm, so I'm mixing it with that Drift shade to cool it down a little bit, so it kind of creates a deeper taupey shade. So I'm going to start adding that into the outer corner. And again, it is a little bit harder to build up shimmers for depth, so that's where a matte will come into play. But we're going to start here. So that didn't add like a ton of depth, but it definitely deepened it up a little bit. So now I'm going to go in with just Drift and pack that on right here. So just that gray shade. And with the original brush we used, the Refer number 15, I'm going to go in with the shade Breakaway, which is this like cream satin shade here, and blend that into like my brow bone. Blend the other shades up there as well. So that satin shade kind of lightens what I already had on the brush, not necessarily meant for highlighting. I just wanted to bring everything upwards. And now that we've done that, I am going to go in with the shade Jet, which is a matte. So that's where I'm saying the matte will come into play. Because we've got shimmers already layered on, the matte won't stick as intensely as like a normal matte will. So I'm just going to go in with this black, and this isn't the most like pigmented black ever. Anyway, I'm just going to use that same little brush. For real. And blend a little bit more into the outer corner just to deepen it up. And because we have so much shimmer going on already on the eyelid, I like to use something a little bit more intense for my actual lid shade, this poppy color here. So I'm gonna go in with my Cliona shadows. I'll have to list what they are on the screen because I'm not gonna pull them out to name them. Going with this shade here. It's like a kind of like a purple, blue, brown, green kind of pigment. And then I am going to top it with this one, which is more like purple and blue. It's less brown. So first I'm going to apply some NYX glitter glue just to make it, you know, stick really well. And then I'm going to go in with that first shade. Again, it'll be listed. I'm so sorry. And then tap over it with that second shade just to kind of make it a little bit brighter. And you can do this with any like lid shade. I just find because the shimmers that we have are so like apparent in the crease, it's best to use a really like glittery kind of fun shade on the lid to mesh them together. So now I'm just gonna take this brush and blend my lid with my outer corner. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm just gonna clean up under here with my wipe a little bit. I did add like a small shadow wing, so I'll do that on camera too, just so you can see it. But I'm just using a angled brush and the black in this palette and spraying it just to make like a small shadow. I don't even know if wing is the word. I just wanted a little bit of like depth because I kind of want like a really black like waterline when I'm done with this. So I'm just going to put this on. That's what I meant by not really a wing, because it's not super wingy, but I'm just going to re-clean up the edge. Put a black fallout, shockingly enough. And I'm gonna do my base off camera, then come back for the lower lash line, but it's pretty much the same concept. You just smudge some stuff out. I don't even know if I'm gonna do like too much shimmer on my lower lash line because I do want just like a really black kind of smoky eye going on today, but that's how you do shimmers in the crease, and I think they look gorgeous. Some people may disagree, and that's fine, but this is how you do them if you wanted to do that look and you aren't sure exactly how to make that work. You kind of need to find, you don't need to, there's no rules to makeup, but specific kind of shimmers like, you know, drugstore shimmers. Most drugstore shimmers will work in the crease because they're not super chunky, glittery. They're not like indie, they're not like indie brands where they've got like a ton of fun to them, like a Pat McGrath or like a ColourPop Super Shock. So I find that these kind of crease shimmers are best for this look, and I'm sure you know what I mean with crease shimmers, but they're not metallic. They're more just shimmery. They're gorgeous. But let me just go ahead and do my base, and I'll be back and we'll do the lower lash line and you can see the completed shimmer in the crease moment. Alright, so I did my base and my lips. I want to do something kind of smudgy on the lower lash line. I'll use a little bit of shimmer, but not much. I just figured I would insert this anyway. Okay, so for the waterline, I'm going to add quite a bit of this LA Girl liner. It's the Glide Gel Liner in Very Black. I'm just feeling kind of smoky and stuff. Whoa, I'm gonna need to sharpen that soon. Then I'm just gonna go back in with the shade Jet from the Born to Run palette and that angled brush that I was using and start smudging the black out a little bit more. Wow, my eyes are watering like crazy still. Whew. Now I'm gonna take this Morphe M512 brush. It's just like a little smudgy brush. I'm gonna take a mix of the shade Drift and Smog. So Smog was the original kind of taupey shade we used right there. And then Drift is that like gray, black kind of color. I'm just gonna mix those two to add a little bit of spice to the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna go right over that black. And then for the inner corner, I'm gonna use some more Cliona shades, and this is like a little e.l.f. Pencil brush. It's the e.l.f. contour brush. Okay. I'm gonna take this shade right here, the blue right here. I should know what this is called. It's one of my most used shades, but I don't. So again, I'll list it on the screen, but I'm gonna add that in the inner corner and blend it kind of up a little bit. might top it with a little bit of this purple shade here, which may be a major mistake. But I say we go for it. We're already grungy. What's it gonna do, you know? What's the worst that could happen? No, I kind of like that. That's kind of fun. So I'm gonna add some mascara really quick. I'm gonna use my, sorry, my nose is still running for I don't know what reason. I'm gonna use my Lancome Monsieur Big and my Milk Makeup Lash Primer, and I will be right back, and you will see the completed look. Okay, 10 hours later, here it is completed. Let me know if you've got any questions, concerns, anything like that, and let me know if you like using shimmers in the crease. I find it to be gorgeous. I think it's very model-esque, very avant-garde, very pretty. Not really the like Instagram style makeup, but very nice nonetheless. Not everything has to be Instagram style. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe before you go, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!